Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Daily Playbook. I am your host, the NC Sharp, and today we're talking about the Monday night football game between the Jaguars and the Chiefs. The free picks on the show are 11-7 overall. We're doing pretty solid, but let's get back into the winning category tonight. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe. If you want free picks every day and you want to be notified about them, please hit the bell notification. Drop a comment, let me know who you like. And if you want my best bets, go to the link in the description. Use the promo code YouTube50 for 50% off any package that you like. Now let's get into the pick. The City Chiefs at the Jacksonville Jaguars on Monday Night Football. And I feel like everybody typically looks at the last game. In all football betting, everybody goes and they look at the last game and they see, oh, the Jaguars just beat the Niners in San Francisco. They might be for real. But I want to pause on that for a second. And I mean, really, I want to pause on Kansas City is back because they put up 37 points on the Ravens. That Ravens defense, I mean, they're giving up 40 points to almost anybody right now. But let's talk about the Jaguars, right? Let's talk about it. Because in that game versus San Francisco, there was a massive sequence in that game. It was a 3rd and 9. Purdy throws the ball over the middle, 20, 25 yards, could have been a 30-yard catch, run after catch. The guy drops the ball, hits him dead in the chest, he drops the ball. Very next play, they punt the ball. Jaguars return that punt for a touchdown. Talk about a massive sequence. That's a 10 to 14 point swing in that game just because a guy dropped the ball. So that's a little misleading to me. Because, instead of them being in field goal range, possibly scoring a touchdown, they have to punt. The punt gets returned for a touchdown. So a huge swing in that one. There was also a play where a receiver dropped a pass from Purdy over the middle that was tipped and intercepted. Another drop pass that led to points for Jacksonville. I think this Jacksonville team is scrappy. I think they're talented. I think they're fast. But they definitely benefited from San Francisco's offense being a little bit out of sync after not having Purdy for a couple weeks, and I really think that's why they ultimately won that game. If those couple plays go different, you might be looking at a 10-point win for San Francisco. Who knows? Xavier Worthy just popped up on the injury report a couple hours ago for Kansas City. He's questionable, but expected to play, and that's huge if he can't play in this one. Jags, they have a top 4 coverage grade in the league. Jordan Lewis and Eric Murray have been incredible. The advanced metrics on the Jags have drastically improved. They went from being a bottom 5 team in the league on defense in almost every category to being like a top 5 team in the league in every category. However, I should say top 10 in every category. However, this is who they played so far. The Panthers, the Bengals without Joe Burrow for 3.5 quarters, I believe. A struggling Texans offense in their 3rd game of the season. And the 49ers, who just, like I mentioned, they shot themselves in the foot all game. And they still put up 21 points on that defense. I just think this defense is just honestly a tad overrated. Trayvon Walker, huge pass rusher for the Jags. Game time decision. That could be massive for the Chiefs in this one. I still believe Jacksonville's defense plays a pretty solid game here because I don't think Mahomes will light them up like he did with the Ravens where he, threw 4 touchdown passes. I think the whole world's thinking like, whoa, look at what the Chiefs just did to the Ravens. But, it's the Ravens defense, man. They're putting, like I said, anybody in the league is putting up 30+, and the good teams are putting up 40+ on the Ravens defense right now. It's non-existent. So on the, let's see. The Jaguars side. On the Jaguars side, this offense, I'm just not as confident about it. They're bottom 3rd of the league with many of their advanced metrics. And remember those teams I said they played, right? The Panthers, the Bengals, the Texans. I'll give you the Texans because they're a really good defense. But that's the only above average defense they played, and still their advanced metrics are really low. Trevor Lawrence versus Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs. Not good in his career. 26 total points in 2 games. Then you look at Mahomes as a favorite of 3 or less. Absolutely money in his career against the spread. I think the Jags are overvalued. I think the Chiefs are... I don't really think the Chiefs are overvalued at all. I think the Chiefs are for real. I think they're coming into rhythm at this point in the season. A little rocky the first couple games. Had some weird stuff going on. But I think the Jags are overvalued here. I think they put up a great effort. You know, they got the home game, Monday Night Football. The Chiefs are coming to town. They're going to definitely put their heart into this game. But still, give me the Kansas City Zebras -3. And if somehow Worthy doesn't play, I'd probably also lean to the under in this one. So just something to keep your eye on. If they said his ankle swelled up on the flight to Jacksonville, so I don't know. I mean, how bad is it? I don't know. So bad enough to put him on the injury report, apparently. So if he doesn't play, I'm almost definitely playing the under in this one. But yeah, man, give me the Kansas City Zebras -3. A lot of you guys will ask, you know, maybe you only have -3.5 on your book. I have a book where you can actually get -3, and I want you to understand, like, -3 is the most important number in football. It's the most commonly landed on number because obviously 3 points is a field goal. So just don't take that for granted, right? Like, there's definitely a world where this game could land on 3, and I'm going to be pushing where a lot of you guys are getting -3.5 on DraftKings, FanDuel, etc. And, you know, you're taking an L. I'm taking a push. So, you know, I want you guys to all get the best line available. Go to the link in the description. Use the link to the book that I'm using for this, and it'll hook you up. It'll send you right there. And you're going to get 200% deposit bonus on your first deposit. So, I mean, it's really a no-brainer. These are the offshore books that you can actually take advantage of. And, you know, it really pays off in football season when you're getting a 3 versus a 3.5, or a 7 versus a 6.5, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, these are things you always want to be on top of. So highly recommend getting on board with that. Appreciate you guys listening to the video. Definitely subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys. Let's make it 12-7 on the Daily Playbook. Stay sharp.